Thank you for joining me for this short overview on what the Loch Levels are and why we incorporate them into our trading. The Loch Levels are simply an acronym, meaning low, open, close, high. We use the daily, weekly, and monthly levels. These key levels will give you an insight on how to manage your trade, since many times the market will stall, bounce off, or break through these levels, which will help you decide what you should do next. These levels are easily found, however, putting 12 level lines on each and every chart every day without a mistake is time-consuming and a challenge. At GoZone Trading, our motto is trading made easy. This is why we've created the Loch Level app that does this for you in an instant without mistakes. We strive to take as much stress out of trading as we can. This is just one more thing you do not have to worry about. Even though the Loch Levels are completely customizable, the default settings are the open is always green, the close is red, the high is blue, the low is magenta. The daily lines are solid, the weekly lines are dashes, the monthly lines are dash dot dots. If you do change the color coding on the Loch Levels, I highly recommend that you keep them all the same, meaning all the opens one color, all the closes another color, etc. By doing this in a very short period of time, you'll be able to immediately recognize the line that you're looking at, which will have an effect on your decision-making process on your trade. Okay, let's look at an example of the Loch Levels. Here we have the FTSE 100 on a 1-minute chart. The first line we'll be looking at is this magenta line. It is the daily low. I know that because it's solid and it's magenta, but to confirm that, you can always just hover over it and you'll see a little box pop up that lets you know exactly what it is. Okay, here we have an entry point right above the daily low. It confirms you would have gotten in, and it goes up to the monthly open, and it hesitates there for a bit, for 4 or 5 minutes, and then it breaks through and goes up to the daily open. Bounces off of that and starts to retrace back down. These levels will assist you in your decision-making process while managing your trade. It's the market telling you what it wants to do, not somebody's guess of what it wants to do. Now, as you see, the market retraces back down to the monthly open. Now here you have a couple of GoZone boxes that would have triggered, so you would have been in that trade. The next possible one would have come right here. You would have been in, and unfortunately on this one, it wouldn't have worked out that great. It would have been about a break-even trade, possibly a small gain. Your next possible opportunity for an entry would have been here, and as you see that it went sideways for a few, then came back down to the daytime low. Again, it hesitated there for a bit, breaks through, and then it goes down to the weekly close. And again, it hesitates there for a few minutes and finally breaks through that. And then it starts to run down nicely until you get down to the weekly and the monthly low. So, and again, once again, at that same level, it hesitates for 4 or 5 minutes. And again, it starts to break through, as you see here, and starts to get into some new territory. So we've gone through the daily low, the weekly low, and the monthly low. This is setting up for a nice run down. So as we watch the market, it continues to go down. Following the GoZone strategy, you would have been in for all of this run. So it would have left you in plenty of opportunity to pick up a lot of points. We find the Loch Levels extremely helpful in managing our trade. This is why we incorporate it on every one of our charts. The Loch Levels work on every time frame and in any market. But you don't have to take our word for it. Contact us today for your free demo and see how the Loch Levels will impact your trading. As always, for any questions or your free demo, you can email us at contact@gozonetrading.com. I'd like to thank you again for your time and your interest in the GoZone Loch Levels, and have a great day.